I typically try to avoid wearing busy as a badge of honor, but I would be lying if I didn't say that my life is hectic at times. Many times. Even most times, most weeks. And when you couple that busy schedule with executive function that isn't always cooperative, there is a chance that something is going to be forgotten or there's tasks that you just don't have time for. Which is why I'm always on the lookout for ways that I can streamline my decision-making and task list, improve my memory and my time management, and make sure that I am taking care of myself and my family. Which is why on today's episode of the ADHD Mompreneur, we are going to discuss 4 products that I use on a regular basis to help support my executive function and make my life easier as an ADHD mom. But before we dive into some of my favorite things, I'd love to take just a minute to introduce myself in case you're new here. I'm Christy Lingo, and I am the ADHD Mompreneur. I'm an executive function and accountability coach for ADHD mom business owners who have big ideas and amazing plans for themselves or for their families, but maybe they need a little help deciding what to work on first or staying motivated to continue to work at all. If you'd like to learn more about how I can support you as a mom and business owner with ADHD, check out my website at theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're there, be sure to pick up my free 11 essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs. These fully customizable checklists help you work more productively, make fewer mistakes, know where you left off when you need to stop a task, and reduce the number of decisions you make, all of which helps to save that precious executive function. So be sure to check out the ADHDmompreneur.com to check out my coaching services and pick up your free checklist today. In the past, I've done some ADHD mom hack episodes that focus mainly on strategies or skills or habits that you can put into place to make your life easier. And I'll be sure to link to those episodes down below if you want to check them out. After you finish this episode, of course. Today, I'm sharing actual products that I use pretty much daily. And full disclosure, before we dive in, any of the Amazon links that I am sharing today are affiliate links, meaning that if you decide to follow the link and purchase the product that I am suggesting, I will receive a small commission. But nothing that I'm recommending today is sponsored, and I have paid my own cash money for each item. Just so that you know that my glowing reviews are coming from a genuine place of love and admiration. And with that, here are 4 things that I use to make my ADHD mom life easier. A robot vacuum. Just like the name suggests, a robot vacuum is a vacuum that cleans your floors without the need of a human behind it. When robot vacs were originally introduced about 20 years ago, they would basically just go back and forth within the room until it covered as much of the area as it could. But today's robot vacuums have the capabilities of scanning and mapping out entire rooms or floors within your home. You can schedule regular cleanings and adjust the suction level that you would like to use from a handy app. There are even models that will sweep and mop at the same time, or that will empty out their own dustbin if it happens to become too full during the cleaning process. So what makes robot vacuums so great for us ADHD moms specifically? You can schedule regular cleanings. For instance, we have ours set to do our main floor every evening at 9 p.m., which is essential when you have not 1, not 2, but 3 cats. And it still shocks me how much fur our robot vacuum collects each day, even though we are vacuuming every single night. By the time evening rolls around after a full day of momming and coaching and business running, I can be pretty hard pressed to motivate myself to do any sort of chore. I mean, let's be real, I'm struggling to feed myself some nights. So our little robot vacuum helps to take at least one of these essential daily chores off of my list. And an added bonus is that now my boys know that they need to make sure that their shoes or bags or other things are picked up and off the floor at night before they go to bed, which means that when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to see them, or more importantly, I don't trip over them when I wake up. There are lots of robot vacuum options out there, and the one that I have linked to below is one that has both the sweeping and mopping option, which if you end up getting, I will be totally jealous of. Depending on the brand and features that you are looking for, a robot vacuum can run you around $150, which is the current price for the one that I have linked to below, to anywhere upwards of $1,000. Next, digital assistants. Chances are you are familiar with Amazon's Alexa or Google Home or Apple's HomePod. But these smart speakers / digital assistants are more than just a way for you to play music or check the news and weather. I'm going to focus today on Alexa because that is the device that we have in our home, and it is the one that I am most familiar with. But I would venture to guess that the Google Home or Apple HomePod would have similar functionality and abilities. And speaking of abilities that your digital assistant can help with, here are some skills that Alexa uses in order to support your executive function and time management. Setting timers for anything from the dinner you're cooking to breaking your hyperfocus when you get sucked into something that you're working on. Creating reminders for regular tasks like warming up your car on cold school days. Adding items to shopping lists because it's much easier to remember to add olive oil the moment that you run out. Adding items to your to-do list so you don't have to find a pen and paper when they pop into your head. Adding events to your Google Calendar and getting notifications about upcoming events. Dropping in on other rooms in your home, like an intercom, for those times when you just can't motivate yourself to get up off the couch to go talk to your kids. Finding your phone, which is pretty crucial if you misplace your phone like I misplace my phone. And of course, this only works if your ringer is on. And controlling and creating routines for smart home devices. Which brings me to my next thing I use that makes my ADHD mom life easier: smart home devices. A smart device is anything that can be controlled via a phone, a tablet, or a digital assistant. Smart devices connect to your home's Wi-Fi through an app and come in a variety of options like plugs or light bulbs or door locks or garage door openers or thermostats, and even appliances like washing machines and Instant Pots. Many, including my previously mentioned robot vac, can be controlled through a digital assistant like my previously mentioned Alexa. Using a smart device is handy for us ADHD moms because we can set a schedule for things like turning lights on and off or turning the temperature up and down to help save energy, or we can turn these things off remotely if we happen to forget to do it when we go out of town. We can create regular routines for things like closing the garage door at midnight every night because that's been an issue for us and we've left our garage door open overnight far too many times. You can get notifications like your laundry is done, move it over to the dryer, or your robot vacuum is starting its regularly scheduled cleaning, which is, of course, one of my favorites. And I cannot tell you how much easier it is for me to drag my butt out of bed on a cold winter morning when I can tell the thermostat to turn up the heat and the lights to come on from the comfort of under my covers. There are smart versions of nearly anything that is electronic anymore, and you don't necessarily need a digital assistant to run them since most devices come with their own app to connect to the Wi-Fi. But if you're looking for a good entry point, if you haven't tried smart home devices yet, I have linked to the plugs, the light bulbs, and the thermostat that we are currently using because I feel like they are a great jumping off point. And the final thing that helps me with my ADHD mom life, the Calm app. Calm is an app with guided meditations, sleep stories, music, and soundscapes to help you focus or relax. You can access Calm via an app on your phone or tablet or via the internet. I started using Calm about 5 years ago when I was struggling to wind my busy brain down at the end of the day and fall asleep. The Calm sleep stories gave me something to focus on besides my whirling thoughts. We also used the kid-friendly sleep stories with the boys when they were younger and were having trouble settling themselves down to go to sleep at night. It's also a great tool if you are interested in trying out meditation, which can be a great way to boost the dopamine in your system as well as train your brain to refocus after it's become distracted. Normally, Calm comes with a 7-day free trial, but if you follow the link that I've included in the show description, you can actually try it out for 30 days for free. After the trial, it will be $69.99 for the year, or right around $6 a month, which is a steal in my book if it means that you're getting better sleep and starting to train your brain in a positive way. I'm curious what types of products you use on a regular basis that make your mom life easier. Comment below, or if you're not watching on YouTube or Spotify, feel free to drop me an email to Christy@theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're leaving your comment, don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe to the ADHD Mompreneur so you don't miss any upcoming episodes like next week when I will be talking about how to manage your energy and stress levels during the very overstimulating holiday season. Until then, keep making your ADHD journey part of your success story. If you're a business-owning mom with ADHD, you're going to need to grab my free customizable essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs by visiting bit.ly/checklists for ADHD mompreneurs or by following the link in the episode description. Do it now before you forget. Until next time.